Hello and welcome back once again to product placement. So another new item, well, sort of new. A little bit of story behind this one. I'll try to keep it short because like I said in a previous video, I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter now just because I'm starting to fall behind on editing again. So when I stopped at the gas station looking for the regular version of the Blackberry Dr. Pepper, I spotted the mini pack of the Post Malone flavored Oreos that I ended up doing in a previous video. But as I said, I didn't buy those right away, but as I was walking around the store, I just happened to go down the candy aisle. I wasn't going to buy anything, but I had to walk through the candy aisle to go over to the drink cooler to see if they had the Blackberry Dr. Pepper. And as I'm walking down the candy aisle, I just kind of glance over and something caught my eye. And I was like, oh, is that something new? So I turned and looked at it, and it's something I was going to try a couple years ago that I actually sort of forgot about. And then by the time I remembered it was a thing and went back to get it, it was already gone. But apparently now it's back. So I did look online to make sure it was the same thing that was previously out and not another new flavor. It is the same one. I looked to see when it was originally out because I couldn't remember exactly when I saw it. I was going to say a year ago. But according to Google, this was originally released in the summer of 2023. So it has been about 2 years. But now it is back. Again, like I said, I found this randomly at a gas station. Have not seen it anywhere else since then, other than that one gas station. Hopefully they still have it by the time you see this. But today's product is the newest, or returning newest, flavor in the Snickers line, and that is Snickers Butterscotch Scoop. So looking at the picture on the label here, it's a scoop of ice cream that has butterscotch striped through it. So it's going to be a combination of butterscotch and ice cream. Now, like I said, I originally saw this, I think at Walmart at one point back in the summer of 2023. I was walking over to get some drink from that area at the time, and they had it in a little regular size one. I was like, oh, I'll have to remember that and come back and get it. Never wrote it down, didn't make any notes for myself. So the next time I went to the Walmart, I had completely forgotten about it until I was looking at something else completely different online, and it popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, I was going to try that. Went back to Walmart, it wasn't there. So now found it at the gas station, but this is the king size version, not the smaller version that Walmart originally had. But 2 years later, we finally get to try Butterscotch Scoop. Now, I didn't remember it being Butterscotch Scoop. I just remembered it being Butterscotch, which I like butterscotch, which is why I wanted to try it. But apparently the old one was also Butterscotch Scoop, so going to be a little bit of a dairy ice cream addition to it, I guess. So according to the wrapper, it is peanut, butterscotch flavored nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate. So not really sure where the scoop aspect is coming in. And from what I was reading online, I thought it said that the butterscotch replaced the caramel, but this still has caramel, and it's the nougat that's butterscotch flavored. So I'm guessing maybe the nougat might have a creaminess to it as well that is going to give the ice cream effect. Anyway, enough talking. Let's open this up and see what we think. We're going to pop out one of our 4 squares. We're going to give it the smell test. Smells like a Snickers, but there's something extra there. Almost smells a bit like a toffee or maybe a bit like salted caramel. But overall, I'm just smelling regular Snickers. Maybe that's the peanuts, because the peanuts are like roasted. Maybe that's what I'm getting is the roasted peanuts. Anyway, enough talking. Let's take a bite and see what we think. Cheers. Okay, so for the most part, it just tastes like a normal Snickers. There is something extra there that's giving it a slightly different flavor, but I don't know that I would say that that was butterscotch. Again, I'm almost getting more like the roasted peanuts are coming through more than anything else, but there is kind of like this weird smokiness that's more similar to what I would think of as a toffee or a salted caramel versus a butterscotch. Whatever that flavor is, it does linger afterwards, so it's not exactly the greatest thing. There is a creaminess at the end as well, so that might be the scoop that they're going for, kind of ice creamy kind of thing, but I don't really taste like ice cream. So yeah, there's definitely something extra to it, but for the most part, kind of just tastes like a Snickers. I guess that's butterscotch. It's been a while since I had butterscotch, but from my memory, that's not butterscotch. But I guess it could be. Maybe it's the way that butterscotch is mixing with the caramel. That's giving me a weird mixture of taste. Because now that I've actually been talking, it's kind of sat for a minute. I'm getting a little bit of butterscotch from it. It almost has like the after coating in your mouth, like if you have a Werther's Original or any other type of butterscotch type of candy like that, and you suck on it for a while, and then as it melts away, it kind of coats your mouth and you get that butterscotchy after flavor. I am getting it as an after flavor, but it took a minute before it finally kicked in. But as far as the overall mixture of flavors with the Snickers, I don't get any butterscotch until the aftertaste. I said there is a distinct additional flavor to the Snickers. I just can't place what it is, but in my mind it's not butterscotch, but I'm getting a butterscotch undertone at the end. So yeah, do I like it? It's not horrible. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I wanted to try it because I like butterscotch, but like I said, I don't get much butterscotch until afterwards, and I would really like it more in the actual mixture of eating the Snickers. Will I finish this pack? Yes, it's not going to go to waste. It's not unedible. Is it my favorite Snickers ever? No. Would I buy it again? Probably not. So yeah, not much else to say about it other than that. That is my review of Butterscotch Scoop Snickers. Once again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links are in the description. Ring the bell. Make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, cheers.